welcome back to another episode of the Good Intentions Podcast. It's your girl, Cassie.
And it's your girl, Giddy. Why are you still writing?
Because I remembered what else I don't like about you, and I got to add that on there.
Wow, Jesse.
Lord.
This is going to be a good episode.
Yeah, so Gidna apparently hates my guts, and she has some beef she wants to squash. No, we're just talking ish. So once again, we've been watching a lot of Insecure because quarantine. Molly and Issa's friendship.
I don't like it right now.
I wonder if I ever liked it. I feel like this is basically they have a lot of resentment towards each other, and they're not addressing any of their issues, and they're which is one of my biggest pet peeves, they're very passive aggressive.
Oh.
I'm being petty. But no,
very.
They're very passive aggressive with each other, and I don't like that.
I just don't like how it's unfolding now. Like, from the previous seasons, they were like, I think they had a great relationship, whatnot. Mm-hmm. But now I think because of the space that they're both in, like the little things that they would have been able to brush off, like if it was season one, mm-hmm. now it's like it's a big issue. Mm-hmm. You know, and I don't like that they're not communicating like they used to. Right. But it might be very well because of the space that they're in right now.
Or maybe they don't think the friendship is valuable enough to address issue.
It could be that too. But I don't think that's the reason, honestly. I just think they're both... Issa is overwhelmed. She's going through a lot, so she's really sensitive. Mm-hmm. You know, so the little comment that... Molly made, it was just like in the first episode, I think it was the first or second episode, it was just like, she's sensitive. She could have just brushed it off and be like, yeah, I see what you mean. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm not cool with being cool with the girl. But now it's like, okay, why are you going to say that?
And I think Molly has always been very vocal about things that she feels. But there's a way Issa is, I don't know, taking things, like you said, she's in a vulnerable state, so things are hurting her feelings a little bit more. Do you think Molly should be kinder with her words or what? Especially when that's how she's used to talking to someone, you know?
I mean, you can't expect Molly to change her approach if she doesn't know that her approach is bothering Issa. Right. It has to be expressed.
Correct. Yeah.
But nobody said anything. They're just being very passive-aggressive.
Yeah. And it's so ugly.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't address issues head on, like right when it happens, right then and there.
To the point where they're going to like Kelly, another person, hey.
Kelly and Tiffany, yeah.
Right. When you got a problem.
Yeah, but that just shows, too, like, we're very petty and sensitive once our feelings are hurt, at least speaking for myself, you know? So it's like even little things that you could have just like spoke to a person about, like approach them, hey, maybe I didn't like how you said it. Okay, well, you said that, it hurts my feelings, so F you at this moment. I still care about you, I still value our friendship, but whatever.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna just be petty right back instead of being like, yo, what's up, why you had to say it like that? You know, that really hurts me. Or you know?
I think for me, with my friendships, because now I was telling someone, I think I found, like, my tribe. I found, like, my forever friends. I found, like, this is it. Like, everyone else is going to be an acquaintance. We're cool, but, like, I'm good off of friends, right? And I always keep in mind that I don't think, like, my friends would want to intentionally hurt me with whatever they're saying. And I think in some way, Molly and Issa kind of lost that. I think they forgot that they have each other's best interest at heart, and they take every single jabs and things very personally.
That's what happens when you're hurt, though.
Yeah.
When you're hurt, you no longer, like, common sense is not there anymore.
Right.
Like, you're going based off of emotions.
Right.
So
even if you know that the person has no intention of hurting you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, because my feelings are hurt. So everything you say is.
But just because your feelings are hurt, it doesn't mean that that's what's true, if that makes sense. It's just that your feelings are hurt.
That's true to you.
To you, right. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that's what the other person was
right, their intent.
One, right.
Yeah.
And two, what really is the conversation is about is just how you took it.
That's why communication is very important. So, guys, okay, we're going to break the ice. Our producer wanted us to do this.
Look at him. He's like, I know.
So, we've been doing this podcast for now 4 months. And we just want to not have, like, any tensions or any animosity or anything that can potentially hinder our growth, you know, or stop us from moving forward. So we're doing this episode, although it's about insecure, we also want to like tag along our feelings and what we've been dealing with, some underlying issues or lack thereof. And we just want to be completely transparent with you all because that's what we thrive on. So we're going to talk about the things that we like about each other as well as certain things that really perturbs us. So, good word.
Wow, you so baby.
Stop. Yeah, so definitely, guys.
Yeah, and of course, like we have so much respect for one another,
yeah,
so it's not going to be ugly. And I think we've been doing well. We've been doing great. It is just like little teeny tiny things. I'm sure you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, we never noticed.
Right.
Or maybe you guys did, and I guess.
But Jesse and his third eye.
Right, because he sees everything. Look at him, he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. And we just really, like, with Issa and Molly, like, it starts out slow, and then it really becomes something that's like, okay, this chick is doing this all the time. Like, now it's a real issue, and it didn't really have to be.
And especially, like, for me, I love honesty. Like, if you don't tell me something's wrong, I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do because clearly you're okay with it. And you're fine. You've never said anything. You never made that boundary clear. So
right. And I think our personalities are so different because you're the type that will communicate it. I'm just like, okay, bitch.
And you know, that's crazy. I don't think I'm a good communicator. I don't.
But I think you advocate very well for yourself, you know? And I'm just like, I do it when it like gets to a point where it's just like
boiling. Yeah.
Now that's an issue.
You
know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we're going to have rules and, you know, because once again, we want this to be as respectful and productive as possible. So no cutting each other off, which I know she's going to bring up into my part because I do cut her off a lot. No cursing.
Stop. Can you just...
Go ahead, girl.
Look, she was just doing it, guys. She was just doing it. So we're both in the social work field. So we're going to practice what we do with our students, which is a restorative circle. When there's conflict between our students, we have them in a circle and there's like a talking piece, and we're just going to respect each other and allow each other to voice our feelings and emotions in a respectful.
One thing I always tell my kiddies is no faces, because to me that's a big pet peeve. Right, she just rolled her eyes. That's what we're not going to do. Just because, you know, you want your feelings to be valued and understood. And, you know, when you get an eye roll, it's like, oh, my gosh, you don't think I'm important. But what else? Look, is she making faces?
I got to stay like this because even with my supervisor, like with anybody, my face is just like.
Yeah, you wet on your face. Yeah.
Okay, I will try.
Yes, and that's what we want, trying.
Yes. See, we're being respectful.
Okay, so we did write things down, and I think the first thing for me is, like, you are very passive-aggressive. When things bother you, you'll once again roll your eyes, or you'll be like, okay, or all right. Like, you don't just say straight up, it bothers you. And I had to ask you, does that bother you? And you'd be like, yeah. But I feel like I had to do a lot of what's the word? Probing to get to that point.
Thank you for sharing.
I hear you and I respect
you. I respect what you just said. I think for me, my passive aggressiveness, it stems from me always shutting myself down. Like, I have these walls, like, and you say something that bothers me, I'm just going to shut down. Like, all right, because I guess that was just me working on being a better version of myself, because before somebody says something that would bother me, I would pop off. But now with me trying to be better, I guess it's still not, I still have to put in more work to really sit there and be like, okay, what you did bothered me and because of this and this and that, you know? So I think in my head it makes sense, like, me not saying nothing is better than me going off on you and being rude and this and this and that, you know? But, like, seeing that you're saying that, it just shows that I still have more work that I need to do with myself, you know?
And that's what we're here for.
Yeah. So thank you. I think for me is that you interrupt me a lot. And once again, me trying to be a better person, I'm just like, okay, let it slide. You know, since apparently Cassandra thinks that that whatever she has to share is more important than what I have to share, let me just sit back and not say nothing. Because once again, the old me will pop off. So now I'm not popping off. So, yes, I hate being interrupted. 2 things I hate is being ignored and being interrupted. Like, they just really irk my nerves. But, yes.
Thank you for sharing. No, that's annoying. But no, you did mention that before, and even listening to our episodes, even like earlier ones, I definitely caught myself doing that a lot, and even like changing your whole trajectory of what you was about to ask.
Yeah.
And I do apologize. I don't want you to think that I think my statements or my comments are more important than yours. I just get really excited, and it's like I don't want things to change from that topic. But you're right. It's rude, and we're working on it.
Yeah, and you have like ever since that conversation, you have done a lot better. Because I listened to an episode, I was like, I need to call this girl up because literally I'll start speaking because she's like, I'm like,
yeah,
I didn't get a word. I don't even remember which episode, but that just did it for me. I'm like, yo, like, why you keep interrupting me? I don't appreciate it, So, yes.
Yeah, and that's one thing about me. Like, if you tell me something, like, I'll fix it if it bothers you, but I really need the vocal, like, because I don't know. Bitch, I could have kept doing that forever and ever. But, yeah, thank you for letting me know. So, the next point, sometimes, and I had to phrase this carefully, I feel like you judge me. I feel like, and I know I'm a bit more liberal in some of the things I say, and I do, and then I'm just like, you just be like, oh. And once again, like, going back to the faces, I'm just like, dang, like, this is not a safe place to share. I don't feel safe sharing.
Ouch.
I don't want to.
No.
Hurt you,
no, I definitely get that, and we've had that conversation too off air. I told her, I've expressed to Cassie before that it's not that I'm judging her; it's because we're total opposite. She's very liberal, and I'm very conservative. So certain things, like when she says them, I'm just like, oh, really? Like, it's not me judging you. Maybe my tone and like my facial expression just might make you think that I'm judging you. It's not that I'm judging you. It's just that, wow, she's very free and very open, and I think it's great. And certain things, just I don't know anyone who's like that open, so it's like, oh, cool. And that just goes right back to Nola when you thought like I was judging you about your techniques. It's just like, oh, it's different. And I'm intrigued by that. And sometimes I guess, like, I tell everybody all the time, don't go based off of my facial expressions. Like, everybody, I know it's weird, but just, I make a lot of faces. And sometimes they don't align with, like, how I'm really feeling. It's just, like, even my nervous laugh. Like, sometimes I'll laugh and people will be like, yo, nothing is funny. But it really is a nervous laugh. Like, anything serious, I laugh at, so... It just, but that goes back to communicating.
And I think also, like, getting to know you more, I'm definitely more comfortable, and I know it too. But definitely, I was like, dang, what's
good?
Like, what's up?
Getting it, what's good?
Right, like, what's right.
Okay, I think my second point for you is that she's always tardy, guys. I don't like lateness. I really don't. And she's always tardy. But one thing I would say is that she stays in communication, though. Like, if you're like, I'm on my way or I'm getting ready, like, you're very honest with it. And it's not like, I'm around the corner.
Oh, no.
And an hour later, I'm still waiting, She's like, okay, I'm coming. It's like, okay, I'll wait.
Right.
It's okay. I'm used to it by now.
And I'm working.
Yeah, you were on time today. Yes.
Enough. Once again, I don't want you to think that, your time is not respected. And that's what it comes down to. I don't want you to ever feel like I don't respect you or anything like that. So that your time is important or producer's time is important. So, and sometimes, y'all, I just be in bed lounging and I look at the time. I'm like, oh, shit.
She'll call me too. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I took a nap.
Yeah. Maybe I'll take naps after.
Like, okay, you took a nap. I've been ready for like the past hour and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're working on it.
Yeah.
The last one I put for you, and it's not really true, or
it is true. It's true.
And if it's true for me too. It's moody, but that don't really. I don't think I have another beef with you, to be honest. Not beef or anything that I don't like about, or not don't like, or bothers me, I guess. I don't think I have another one. Even your moodiness. I know we had a recent experience recently, and that was my first time dealing with Gidna in that capacity. I'm not going to give too much, dealing with Gidna in that capacity. And I went home that day, and I was like, what the fuck? I was literally like, bro, what the hell? Like, I felt like a lot of, not boundaries, but like I saw you in a different light, a lot of boundaries. I was like, dang, I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. But you called and you apologized. And to me, that's the most important thing about things like that. You know, like you apologizing and knowing you did something wrong. Because I was like, I don't know how comfortable I feel even bringing that up, because it was something so emotional to you that I don't know if you were in the right space to bring it up. But you called and you apologized. And to me, I was like, okay, boom, problem solved. So I really appreciated that.
I think for that, like, scenario, like, this is still a business. Like, yes, we're friends, but this podcast, we all take it very serious. So when we are recording, we still got to come in like we're clocking in. Right. And no matter what outside factors are happening, we have to be professional. And I realized that day I was not professional. And then I had like alcohol, and then I was like even more emotional. So it was different factors, but I did realize that I was not professional at all. I could have handled that situation a lot different, but I just wanted to feed my emotions at the time and not really care about how it was affecting everybody else that was around me. Because, you know, your energy is very contagious.
Right.
So I wasn't mindful of, like, the energy that I was putting out, you know?
Because even if you had communicated more in that moment about what you were thinking, I would have been like, oh, shoot, we got to get you out of here right now. I thought it was, like, handled.
Yeah, I think because at the time I didn't tell you enough about it. You know, I didn't tell you about the situation until, like, after, which is like, all right, this is how deep it really was. You know, it was everything I told you prior was very surface.
Right.
So, but with my moodiness, I think it's just that there's no in between with me. What you see is what you get. I don't really filter much. It's either I'm super high or low. There's no, like, I don't really know how to fake the funk, you know, and I have a very stoic face. So when I'm not, like, laughing or smiling, it just looks like she's mad. And most of the times it's not that I'm mad. I'm just spaced out.
Right.
I'm in my head, and I'm in my head a lot. Like, so it comes off as she's moody. She's mad. She's just, the only time I'm really moody is if I'm hungry. If I'm not hungry and I'm just quiet, I'm fine. I'm in my head. I am fine. I'm thinking about, like, a million different things, you know? So, yeah, I apologize for that. It just comes.
Water under the bridge.
Yeah, it's just more getting to know me and who I am. And even this is, like, very important for, like, even our viewers, because, like, when we do like, appearances or we have, like, different things, I don't want our listeners to, like, think, oh, well, she was being a bitch or she was being that, you know? So them knowing that about me, it's like, yo, it's not you. I'm just chilling. Yeah. I'm just vibing. I'm in my head, you know? So.
And people might think I'm too friendly. I'm too overhyped. Like, she need to relax, too. On the same token, I can't help it. I'm one or the other, too. I'm either really hype or... That was the next one. Look, we're really aware. Go ahead.
That was the next one. Cassie is sumun. How do you say sumun in English?
People.
No, not literally.
How do you just say sumun?
Very, like...
Friendly.
How friendly?
Out
like,
there.
Doesn't respect boundaries at times. Like, your personal space. She's just like... let me come in. Let me invade your space.
Oh,
yeah.
A lot.
And that definitely takes me learning you, too. Like, even with, like, how we greet each other. Cassie's like, I'm going to hug you. Yeah. I'm just like, hi, Cass. And that, for me, is like, cool. We acknowledge each other's presence. But once again, it's building a relationship and knowing, like, okay, it's okay for me to enter her personal space, or nah, she ain't with it today. Let me just give her a wave. You know, it's respecting it.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I'm working on it. I don't really understand boundaries. Like, I'm working on it. Because I know even your apartment, but I can make myself comfortable in there real quick.
But I don't mind that. Like, you can be in my apartment. Like, I'm used to you now, so it's not like an issue. I'm like, oh, it's just Cassie. It's just like any of my other friends that I'm cool with coming over.
That's right.
Get up, go in your fridge. Go in the fridge.
Oh, yeah.
Get what you want. Like, I'm not gonna cater to you. Get up and do it, you know?
Right.
But at first it was just like, yo, I'm not that type of person.
Right.
I like my space.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a hugger.
I didn't hug you today. You noticed?
Because I was brushing my teeth when you came.
Didn't do it
because you saw Sky too.
Only because I saw Sky and I should get all my attention.
Yeah. But I don't know. Anything else?
No. I just want to say I'm really proud of how far we've come. I think we're learning and getting better with every episode and every interaction. And we've even made it like a point to call each other more. And I call her best friend.
She calls me, like, if we don't speak for like 1 or 2 days, she'll be like, best friend. She'll FaceTime me, best friend. I haven't heard.
What we doing? So, and I hope you guys like feel how genuine our connection is, because I'm really grateful for it. Like, you've become really an important part of my life now, gay and all this shit. But
she took me off.
Yes, that's how you know she made it. She's off my do not disturb. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
that's how you know you made it.
Yeah, I think too is that, like, although we're very different, we're still very similar. You know, and we still all have a common goal, and we just want to really show people that 2 Black women can really have something successful. You know, we don't have to take hey, you know, there's. And
I think, sorry for cutting you off. Now that you say that, that's what bothers me about Insecure. We saw Molly and Issa being the first season very brutally honest with each other. To the point I was like, oh my gosh, they talk to each other like that, but they know each other. They were able to hold each other accountable, call each other out on their bullshit. And now, 4 seasons later, we're seeing the friendship deteriorate. That word, yeah. And it sucks because especially as Black women, we're always pitted against each other. And now to see another one where there's one that's successful, another one not so much, and it doesn't work, it sucks.
Yeah. It's like there's room for all of us.
Yeah.
There's literally room for all of us. And I'm like, this is a little off topic, but I'm so grateful for all of my friends and everybody that I'm really cool with, because the group of women that I'm surrounded by, they really reassure me that there's room for everyone. You know, we're all winning together. And it, like the chat that we have with the so guys, we've been like working out every day for the past like 4 weeks, and it's a group of us and we all hold each other accountable. And a lot of us have been in that healthy journey trying to get to the ideal weight or body size or whatever, but it's like on our own we're not as successful.
Correct.
Like every morning 7:30 I know I gotta be out and do my little workout because somebody else is holding me accountable, you know? And
if we haven't heard from one person, if you haven't checked in for your workout, you'll get a call. Hey, did you work out? And another thing I love is like when we'll be doing our other workouts, we will join in and okay, you could do it one more. Like, and that's a narrative we want to push, that Black women can be great in the same space. And even that group of friends, we've been celebrating a lot lately. Graduation, engagement, promotions.
Yeah.
And I finally reached a point in my life where I'm not jealous or envious.
There's no hate.
There's no hate. It's like, yes, my friend did it. But it also, these friendships I've had tough times with. I've had hard conversations. I've had, is this going to work? I've been called out on my bullshit. And because of that, I know we're going to make it through.
Yeah. This was really good.
Yeah. I think that's it. I don't even think much more is said. We're just going to keep getting better because that's what we're going to do. Keep holding each other accountable, keep being better and delivering content that you guys want.
Yeah. And I think like we should challenge our listeners too, since we've done like a toxic friendship episode. So now with like healthy ways of communicating or whatnot, like if your relationship is worth saving, like maybe you can reach out to that person, that someone,
right,
and see if you can move forward.
Yes,
you know,
listener, this is for you. Some friendships you have to fix with others.
Let it burn.
All right, and this is
Insider. All right.
Thank you guys so much for listening. This was a great episode. Don't forget to follow me at QueenCast_X3
and me at GettyLoveJ1
and the podcast at Good Intentions Pod. And like put on there, like DM us or like comment on this episode. Like, what are some ways you challenge your friendships? What are some conversations that you've had? Because we want to hear from
hard conversations.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Toodles.